Hi everyone, welcome to Now You Know Live. Thanks for joining, and we'll give a minute for everybody to jump on. As always, if you have a question, please put it down below in the chat. Glad to answer any questions you might have that I know the answer to. I'm glad to share that. Wanted to start off, had an email from Marsha Wallace. She emailed and was bringing up that the fields at 1641 and Gateway Boulevard, the play fields, they're having some practices and different things down there. So just be mindful when you're passing by the cars that are usually probably going to be parked on the side of the road there. Just be mindful passing by, slow it down a little bit if you can, and pay attention to those areas. Also wanted to talk about the areas that are still being developed. The new areas where new houses are being built. Been getting several reports of ATVs and four-wheelers and different, side-by-sides riding through those areas and going through the retention pond and everything. Please don't do that. That is not something that could damage those areas, not something that you want to have to pay for. That would be something the association would have to do. Also, if you do see this happening, please call the police. Let them know. They need to be aware of it. Obviously, I can't be out there catching them, and I don't know exactly who they are. So there's not a whole lot of recourse I have. But if you see it, please call the police. Let them be made aware of it. It's definitely something we want to discourage. And definitely do not ride these things on your neighbor's property. I've had some reports of that as well. So please be mindful. Finally, I just want to kind of go over the violation process. I've had several questions lately and people bringing up some violations in the community with weeds and everything going on. Obviously, with the amount of rain we've had, certainly not uncommon that folks hadn't been able to get to their yard or life happens. I understand that, but we want to try to do our best to keep the weeds under control, keep your yard mowed back. But any violation, there's a certain process laid out by the guidelines and CCNRs. So I just want to kind of briefly go over that. So the first letter goes out on an inspection. That'll be just a regular mail letter you'll receive if you are in violation. Once you receive that letter, on my next visit, which is 2 to 3 weeks, I'll either, if the violation has been cured, I'll close that down, and that'll go be closed out. If that same violation occurs within the next 6 months, I can reopen it at that same level, or I can escalate it from there. But normally I try to reopen it at that same level, send out another letter. After that first letter, if I go back out and it still hasn't been cured, you'll get a second letter that is sent regular and certified mail. You'll receive that. It'll ask you to tell you the violation, ask you to cure that violation within 30 days. So you do have 30 days on that letter, because after that letter, after those 30 days are up, if it's still not cured, it goes into fining. So that one would be when the fining process would start. Then you would kind of build fines on top of that with subsequent letters and 30-day periods. So it's not, the association does not send out a letter and then go fix it. That's not something that we're even legally able to do, nor would I want to do that. I don't want to be taking care of going and mowing people's yards and charging that back. It is something that could be done later on down the road, but majority of the time, we definitely want it to be taken care of by the homeowner. We don't want to be involved in going on your property. If at all possible to avoid that, that is the goal. So that is kind of a general concept of the violation process. With the, that's kind of how it's going to lay out. I try to reach out if it's something that I feel like they're not getting the letters possibly, which is certainly could happen with the mail. I'm happy to call and reach out to the ones that I know or that I feel like would need that. I've done that as well. So as always, if you have any questions regarding violations or anything like that, please shoot me an email, give me a call. I'm happy to discuss them. Anything you're seeing that I might not, but my last inspection was about 57 violations. So it's quite a bit. I'm not perfect. I promise you, I probably don't see everything, but if there is something you think that I may have missed, please let me know. I can't really talk about other people's violations, but I'm happy to take notes down and look at it myself. So I appreciate everyone that's reached out, and we've had discussions about it, and I'll continue to try to follow up on it. So as always, have any questions, please let me know. And with all that fun stuff out of the way, I'll kick it over to Shauna to talk about lifestyle.
Thanks, Brandon. Hi, everybody. I just want to quickly touch on Amenity Rentals. It is summer, we're moving into summer, and the amenity rentals are pouring in. So we're getting a really high amount of requests. So you might notice it's taking a few days sometimes for me to turn that around. So just heads up, that's what's going on. We're getting a lot. So if you had plans and you wanted to rent something, it's a good time to go ahead and take a look at the calendar and get started on that. I did want to mention some of the big things that come up that I see that maybe some of you don't know or miss while looking at the policy, but requests have to be made at least 14 days in advance of your event. And that's really so that we can complete the process and not be rushing through, not have anything, fall through the cracks because we're, really trying to rush the process through. So 14 days. There is a 3-hour maximum on rentals. That includes setup, that includes tear down. So 3 hours is your max time. So you would want to plan accordingly. We did add in some padding between events because we have had some issues with overlap sometimes when people are not either leaving when they're supposed to or coming in early. So we will begin to schedule those events with some padding in between. So just because you see a little bit of time available on the schedule, it may not match exactly because we're doing that on our end to ensure that you get the time that you paid for. So we are going to allow you 15 minutes. You have a little bit of leeway there with 15 minutes before and 15 minutes after, just that little extra time, just in case it's taking a little bit longer to set up or tear down than what you were expecting. Let's see, what else? I think that's it on that. Those are really the big ones because we have so many people renting the spaces and a lot of you are renting close to the same time. So that's another thing. Some of these spaces are very close together, like the event room, the veranda, and the lawn. I mean, these are all kind of together. So if you're not renting all three, somebody else could have a space that's adjacent to you or connected to yours. So just please be mindful of that. I've ordered some new signage that I can actually write the name and times of the residents who have the spaces. So just be courteous. Don't go into someone else's space that's having a private event because they did pay to have that space privately. So that's all for me. I'm just checking to see if anybody has any questions on that. I don't see anything on that.
I don't see anything on that.
What's that?
I didn't see any questions on that. Linda, I replied to your comment. If you could let me know where that's located, I'll definitely look into a washer. I would definitely want to get that out of there. Yeah, and when you're doing rentals, please be courteous of your neighbors. We rent it to neighbors in gateway parks only. So these are folks that you live with and live by. So please be courteous and thoughtful in your time. So Linda, thank you. I'll look at that. I'll get the landscaper should be out tomorrow. We should be able to I'll go take a picture of it and let them know, get it out of there. Thanks. Shauna, anything else?
I just wanted to do a quick reminder. We do have the ice cream social this Saturday at 2 o'clock. The forecast, as always, continues to change every day, every hour. So this is happening, rain or shine. I may end up moving it to the Amenity Center, but I will wait to do that until Saturday. We'll see what it's looking like. prior to the event. So we'll definitely send out a notice and probably put up a sign if we move that. So it is happening. So check your registration. If you registered and you can't come, please let me know. This is a catered event, which means I'm paying by the person. So if you can't make it, please be courteous. Either cancel through the website or just send me a quick email and let me know. We have about 150-ish people registered, so that's a lot. So I'm very excited, looking forward to seeing you guys this weekend, rain or shine. And that's all for me, Brandon.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks. Great response to that event. So like she said, if we did have to up the order, so which is great. If you're coming out for it, we'd love to have it, but we don't want to have I don't need all that ice cream. I can't eat it. It's not something that I want in my life. So finally, we are closed Monday, Memorial Day. I hope you all have a fantastic holiday weekend. Please be safe, and hopefully we'll get some sunshine that we much need. So as always, it's a pleasure for us to be here and to serve the community Gateway Parks. As always, let us know if you need anything. Thank you all very much.
Bye, guys.
Bye.